Okay guys, well, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since I've put up a video about the Loadstar. But I think I told you I was going on vacation, just watching the dogs in the backyard. And that was awesome. Went down to 13 states, Texas, and Alabama were our main spots. But yeah, did the circuit from Michigan to through the southern U.S. and back up, and it was nice and restful, and been back for about a week now. So let's get back to the Loadstar. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I'm sure you guys remember we put the front clip on before we left. Not much has changed since then. We got the driveway back, fifth wheels all put away next to the barn. That thing's not going anywhere for a month or two. I think October is our next trip. So anyway, been doing some stuff today, work around the yard and cleaning the house and whatnot. But so basically now, put it this way, it's Sunday evening, so at like 5 o'clock. So not much is going to get done today. I do have a couple things I want to get done, but after this, we've got 3 weekends where I don't have any plans whatsoever. And then it's Labor Day. Labor Day, I'm going to be refinishing the hardwood floors in the upstairs of the house. So it's going to take a good chunk of my time that weekend, but it's a 4-day weekend, so I'll probably have some time. So if I get them drilled today and maybe sanded up a little bit, we're going to lay them all out. And this is all rattle can work. So we're going to prime and paint one side at a time, then do a flip and prime and paint the rest. So my goal is that I can have these all painted by the weekend. Then Saturday, I'm going to pull all these out, get everything cut down to length, and pull everything off, including the deck, and take it out in the driveway. And with the pump sprayer, we're going to put on some transparent deck stain. Actually, is what we're going to use. It's a product we use at work, kind of fitting. That, you know, it's a Barkman landscaping truck, and that's a product we use a lot of. So anyway, it's going to give a nice kind of red tone to the pine and the oak. So we're going to get that put on Saturday, and then that would mean that by Sunday I can bolt together the side racks and screw down the deck. And so the goal is by the end of the next weekend, we've got this bed completely done. Small barn. Let's back up. I just ordered from Iowa 80 some chrome lug nut covers, because as you can see, those are rusting already. They're brand new, but you know, they're unfinished, so we're gonna get some bling added right there because I don't want rust. So that's weekend 1. Weekend 2, the game plan is wiring. We got a bunch of lights. We got a bunch of, I've got the wire. I got to stock up on some solder and some heat shrink. You know, we've got heat shrink butt splice connectors if we choose to use those. I'm gonna try to avoid them as much as possible, but regardless, weekend 2, we want to have all the lighting working in the rig. Then weekend 3, I've got, you know, odds and ends, cleaning, wiping down, fixing paint blemishes here and there. You know, just miscellaneous crap that needs to be done in order for the truck to mount the trailer. Then weekend 4 is Labor Day. So we'll be in the house working on that for a lot of it. Weekend 5 is, I probably won't have my new trailer, so we're probably going to be going through my father-in-law's gooseneck and making sure it's ready to do a 600-mile run. You know, going through brakes and bearings and tires and all that good stuff. And getting just final touches put on this. And then weekend 6, we're going to St. Ignace to the Richard Crane Memorial Truck Show. I think it's the 20th or 25th. It's a landmark here. So anyway, we'll load up and pull out at the crack of dawn, you know, 4 or 5 a.m. on the show. Actually, registration actually starts on a Thursday. I just can't get there on a Thursday. So we're going to pull out crack of dawn on Friday. Got actually a few buddies and their wives and stuff going now, and be up there by time registration opens on Friday at about 9 a.m. and come back on Sunday when everything's all said and done. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's make a jig so we don't have to measure and mark each one of these. We'll get a jig made up and drilled and get everything set up in the drill press, and let's get going on this. Okay guys, so here's what I came up with. I didn't film the measuring process, but I just took an Amazon box that came today, and it happened to be 18 inches. So cut it down, and now these boards vary. They're 6 inches nominal, but honestly they vary anywhere from 5 1/4 to 6 1/4 because they're rough sawn from a local sawmill. So basically, I measured for 18 inches, so there may be a gap between these slats at one point or another. That's fine. That's the look I'm going for. But given that these vary a little bit, I did, on a nominal 6 inches, I did 1.5 inches up from the bottom for each bolt hole, and then 1.5 inches down from the top. So we've actually got a 3-inch span per board. That gives me a little bit of fluctuation, so those carriage bolts can not be right down, at the very bottom or top of a board. But anyway, got those all marked out. We can kind of lay this over the edge of each one and put them in the drill press. So let's go to some time lapse. All right guys, well, I accomplished my goal. It's about dinner time right now, and we've got 18 steaks, 6 holes each through 2 sides because they're tube. I don't know, what's the math on that? 216, 216, 218, something like that. Anyway, I have 6 extra steaks. I don't know what I was doing. Luckily, those were the ones that were underneath all this lumber to give me spacing so it could dry out in the last couple months, and they're pretty crusty, so saves me from prepping them. These ones are a lot nicer. Still got to be prepped, but you saw me maybe in that time lapse struggle with the drill press a little bit. Just the set screws on the pulley going down to the shaft were loose, so once we got that straightened out, that was way faster. I did 3 with the corded drill and the vise. I would have been drilling for days, well, not days, but it would have taken a long time. So, and those ones are not nearly as straight as the ones in the drill press. So at any rate, it's done. That was one drill bit, one cheap hardware store Irwin drill bit, 5/16 bit. Obviously the trick is 1, drill slow, 2, that stuff, plenty of cutting oil. And I did a great job. So that being said, I'm gonna go enjoy some delicious Mediterranean food that my wife made and forced it. Okay guys, well, it's the following weekend. I didn't get a video edited together for you for this process, but to be honest with you, that was kind of a minuscule part, so we'll just do something on the overall steak rack build. So as you can see, I got all of my steaks drilled and primed and painted. Through the week here, I came out each night after work and prepped and then primed one side, then painted that side the next night, then primed the other side, then painted again. I just put one last quick coat on where I had some overspray from my last coat, and you could still see some primer. But everything is painted in satin black and be ready to go on tomorrow. So that means the next step is I have some cedar tone transparent deck stain, and these boards that are, if you remember from many months ago, or at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, these have all been cut, so they are ready to stain. But the steak rack side pine boards here have been drying for quite some time, and I've got the miter saw set up there, and we are going to get those cut out, and I'm honestly just going to lay them out in the driveway out there next to Nancy, and just have a pump up garden sprayer. We're going to spray some of this on and get that done today, and we'll come back to this project tomorrow and get everything bolted together and hopefully have time to screw on the deck, and the old Loadstar will have a proper steak rack. So let's get going. Okay guys, well this video has been 3 weeks in the making, but we're getting there. I just wasn't really at a point of completion, so we are now for some certain tasks. So I want to show you what we got. So let's check out our list here. Drill the stakes, paint the stakes, stain the deck and the racks. We did that. The deck's not installed yet. It's on, but I haven't screwed it down yet. Install the racks. That's done. Hood seal and firewall boots. So looks like we got a few things we can check out here. So there we go. So as you can see, stake racks are all on. Latches are on. So it's just this simple on the corner post anyway. Classic stake rack latch. I actually drilled them on stupidly on 3 out of 4 of them first. And these are just a flip over style or catch style, whatever you want to call that. So, you know, overall, it's turned out pretty good. I like the visible fasteners. I'm big on, you know, color contrast. So we've got the beautiful stained wood with the black stakes, with the zinc hardware. I think it looks pretty sweet. Most of them are pretty straight even. So, yeah. And I apologize for a little noise. It is like 91 degrees in Michigan today, and it's Michigan, so it's humid as hell. So I have a little, my little barn AC system rigged up. A couple other things I want to show you. Today, I've been working for, I don't know, 2-3 hours. We did some, we got the firewall all sealed up. Let's see if we can, no. I think you can see there, we got a boot around the throttle pedal shaft. We've got a boot around the, you can see that very well, but boot around the steering shaft. And the light going here. With this door closed on the barn, it's not nearly as much light, but we've got a series of plugs and grommets and plates and you name it to seal up every, hopefully, not every, but most of the little holes. Repurposed, had to put some paint on it because it had been painted red, so whatever. Had to repurpose that. Clutch rod boot, because it's kind of unique. But we got that done. We got some, my Amazon seal, I don't know if you can see that, put onto the hood where it meets the cowl, and it actually is almost too fat of a seal, but it works. Its hood still latches and does its thing. We also ordered some fun stuff. You can see we got some sweet chrome caps for the lugs. These front ones actually are super tight. Had to tap them on with a dead blow hammer. They're not quite the right fit, but that's okay because hopefully we're going to be swapping that school bus axle in this winter, and it's going to go to a 5 lug, and it's a different size nut, so we'll order some new ones accordingly. But for the time being, got those on, so it's pretty nice. The rears fit perfect, are in our 1 1/4 bolts, so those just really set everything off, no more rust. And we ordered some fancy pants Billy Big Rig mud flap weights at the Internationals for the rear. Did them on those front flaps too, and then just got regular, you know, 12-inch chrome weights for the front flap. So anyway, do a nice job, look cool. It might be an old farm truck, but we got to give it just a little bit of bling, right? So, I apologize, I can't get you a good shot on the whole truck, but other updates, stopped and saw my upholsterer who's had my seats for God knows how long now. He's completely backed up, but he is going out of town end of next week, and he promised me he'd have mine done. So we verified the fabric again, and that's going to be done. So I've still got another hour or so I'm going to work out here yet today, and then I've got most of the day tomorrow I'm going to put to it. So My goal is I want to, I'd like to get the deck screwed down. It's supposed to be a little cooler tomorrow, so I'm thinking screwing down the deck is a good job for tomorrow. And then we're gonna start the wiring, see how far we get on it. So if we can get wiring mostly done tomorrow, I've still got one more full weekend before Labor Day, which is nothing of importance, but Labor Day is when I'm refinishing my hardwood floors in the house. So I might try to fix that burn floor right now. I've got that clutch brake to deal with. That's not a must do, but I'd like to. I don't need all the other truckers laughing at me for having a broken clutch brake and grinding gears. And battery hold downs, that's another thing I might tackle right now. So anyway, that closes that video out. Hope you guys enjoy. Sorry for the delay. We'll get you another one with our further progress coming up soon. Take it easy.